I felt like stretching and I wanted to share. Maybe you want to stretch too. So, I'm going to go ahead and start with a lunge position. Pushing those hips forward, hands on the inside of the foot. And then you're going to point the back toes into the floor and lift up on that back leg. Take about 3 deep breaths here. Really try to push through those arms and lift through the shoulder blades. And then you're going to take that inside hand and you're going to reach under that arm and try to twist the body as far as you can toward that wall that is away from that upper leg. And then you're going to exhale as you bring it up and over as far as you can. Still pressing into those hips. And then you're going to come back down and you can plant the hand. Maybe you can drop down onto that knee if you're feeling a little bit too tense in some areas. So let's just work on bringing those hips down and lifting that chest up. Deep breaths. And then you're going to bring the front leg to the back. And bring the back leg to the front. Same thing, plant those hands both inside the leg. Plant the toes in the back and lift. And stay here for a moment. Press through those shoulder blades. Deep breaths. Push those hips down to the floor. Keep that back leg locked. Push to that shoulder. It's a bunch of reminders, you know? You just got to keep reminding yourself. You're going to take that inside hand and you're going to go underneath that outer arm, trying to twist that torso as much as you can, keeping that back leg off the floor, except for those toes. Twist, twist, twist. And then on that exhale, you're going to come up and over as far as you can, the opposite way. Keep those hips level or stationary. And then come back to the center. Plant the hand, drop the knee. And just focus on pushing those hips into the floor. Maybe get on the knuckles of the fists. And lift that chest up nice and high. We're going to come back to that first leg, and instead, we're just going to straighten it. Hands are on both sides of the leg. And you're just going to press the chest down as close as you can to the knee. Mind you, my hips aren't coming back super far, right? You just find that middle ground. And if you can't come far, that's fine. Just focus on that pressing down with the chest. Try to keep everything forward and back. Don't put the foot out over to the side and come forward. We're just keeping it straight forward for now. And you want to keep that tension. So it's like you're trying to pull that sit bone of that leg you're stretching back up to the wall. Slight anterior pelvic tilt. And then on the next exhale, you are going to switch legs. Same thing. The leg comes forward, hands on either side. Nice straight line from your toes to your toes. And you're just going to bring that chest down. If you can, slightly tilt. Even if you can't tilt it, create the tension of tilting it. Go ahead and relax. We're gonna come onto the face. So lay down, chest to floor, and you're gonna reach behind you, grab the foot or the ankle, or grab a strap like a belt or like one of those things you use to tie your robes, and hook it around your foot so you can have something to hold on to. And you're going to pull, even if you want to shrug that shoulder forward, and just relax. Take those deep breaths. Don't let the knee slide out to the side. That takes the tension off of the quad, the front of your thigh. Keep those knees nice and close together. If you can lift that knee off the ground a little bit. And maybe on each exhale, you pull a little harder. Shrug that shoulder a little higher. You choose. Press those hips into the floor. Don't let those hips just start rising up like this. You want to press. And then on that next exhale, you release. And you're going to switch sides. Grab that ankle, foot, or strap that goes around the foot. Keep those knees together. Press the hips into the floor and pull. Relax as you pull. The only thing you should really feel pressure, that you're making pressure of, is just pushing those hips into the floor. Maybe the pressure of you pulling that foot, but try to relax all the muscles in between and around. Press those hips a little harder into the floor. Shrug that shoulder a little higher. And then on that next exhale, you can go ahead and release. We're going to come over onto our backs. And, okay, let's see what the best angle is for this. Figure 4, so one leg crossed over the other. And then you're going to grab underneath and just pull into the chest. Pull a little harder on each exhale. Keep in mind that discomfort is welcome. Pain is not allowed. Next, you're going to release that leg. Stay in the same position. Let yourself fall over and plant the foot on the ground. Next, if this is easy, pull this leg up to intensify that stretch. Then take the hand that's on the side that your foot is on and push that top knee away from you. Deep breaths, try and relax. know sometimes stretches feel really uncomfortable, but that's when we need to try and relax, and that's what these deep breaths are for. That's what letting those muscles relax is for. Like, I feel this tension in my hip, and it makes you want to tense up, but relaxing and letting things stretch is a better option. Of course, there's a time and a place for tensing up and then relaxing, PNF stretching, but this is a time of relaxation. Just like Betty as she dreams over there. Release that leg. You can come on back to center. And you're going to figure four it over the other side. Same thing. Give yourself a big old hug. You know, it's not often that you get to hug yourself this way. Make sure that foot is a little bit lower than knee level. Deep breaths. You can play with your position here. So say if you feel more tension when you pull your leg a little bit over to the left and then pull inward, or maybe a little bit over to the right and in. See what you need. You know best. Crazy, right? On the next exhale, you're going to release the hands and let that foot drop to the floor. Now you are going to pull, if you can, pull that bottom leg up. Intensify that stretch. If you need to readjust that foot, go ahead. And then you're going to take the hand that the foot is laying on. So for me, it's my left side. For my right knee, you're going to press that top knee away from you. Try to relax. Deep breaths. The other hand does what it wants. Mine's just kind of up in the air, as if to wave to my ceiling. I'm not sure why, but that's the most comfortable position for my arms. When I'm sleeping, I just wake up with my arms overhead. It's just, it is what it is. The body does what the body wants. Don't forget to continuously deep breathe. And if you can, maybe you can reach a little bit lower on your thigh and push that part away from you. Get a little deeper in that stretch. And then on the next exhale, you can kind of relax the leg, let them come out to center. Ooh. And let's just have some pelvis awareness up in here. Okay. So we're here. We're relaxing. See if you can give yourself an anterior pelvic tilt. So like this, right? And then like this, posterior. Anterior, posterior. You're going to feel a little bit of tension in the low back when you do the anterior. Posterior might feel your glutes squeezing together. And then let's just kind of tame it down a notch and just do little bitty rotations. And then just kind of find that neutral spine. There's a slight arch in the human anatomy. No, we don't have flat backs. You see how different this is? And this is neutral. Understand what your neutral spine is. Can your neutral spine function when you lift? When you're exercising, does it cause you pain? Maybe the neutral spine you thought you should have isn't the neutral spine you need. For instance, myself. I realized the other day when I was walking, I've been getting this pinching feeling on the front of my hips. And I know that has to do with I have a labrum tear in my right hip and things just aren't working right. So I know there's something I need to change. I started giving myself a little bit more of that neutral spine anterior pelvic tilt. So not super crazy, you know, I'm not walking around with my ribs flaring or anything like that. It's just a slight, you probably can't even tell if you were looking at me when I did it. And the pinching instantly goes away. So for me, that's my neutral. I can still keep my ribs down. I can still keep my ribs in line with my pelvis. I just need to consciously realize that if I don't want that pinching pain, I need to rotate just a little and my lifts are much more comfortable. So get to know yourself. That's what this whole training thing is about. It's not about getting to know someone else's body and how awesome it is and how you need to change yours to them. It's you changing yours to its most optimized, there's a word I was going to use. Form. That's not really it. I'll think about it later. Hopefully this helps you stretch out those hips a little bit. If it was, let me know. And if you're like, hey, do you have a stretch for this? I'm sure I do. Send me a message.